Hey, thanks for showing up. This is my very first video presentation where I share my latest insights that will benefit your perspective. A lot of people wonder, what am I supposed to do for God to accept me? What's going to make things okay with me and Him? And I guess one of the most popular answers is probably, well, just obey the 10 Commandments. But I want to give you some insights on what I've learned, and I think it will surprise you. Did you first of all know that when Moses gave the commands, there were actually way more than 10? There were over 600. So if you thought that there was a chance you could obey the 10, you're a lot farther away from gaining favor with God through that means. But here's like the twist at the end of a movie. I'm going to blow it right away. The commandments were never meant for you if you're not a follower of the Jews, because these were specifically given to Jewish people. They were never meant for the non-Jews. And I don't think most of our churches even understand this, because they're still preaching this law-obeying system, the traditions and the religious regulations. They're still preaching all of that, hoping that the people will somehow get on the same page with God, and it's never going to work that way. It was never meant to. I'm going to read to you something out of the book of Romans, verse 19 out of chapter 3. It says, "Obviously, the law applies to those to whom it was given," meaning the Jews, "for its purpose to keep people from having excuses and to show that the entire world is guilty before God. For no one can ever be made right with God by doing what the law commands." Now, again, the law is God's rules handed through Moses. It's not talking about laws that your government and state gives you. Okay? And it goes on, the law simply shows us how sinful we are. Okay? So if you're constantly hearing law-based preaching, all that's going to do is keep on revealing how sinful you are. So in other words, you're going to church every week to feel more guilty. Am I wrong? Now look at verse 21. "But now God has shown us a way to be made right with Him without keeping the requirements of the law, as was promised in the writings of Moses and the prophets long ago." Verse 22, "We are made right with God by placing our faith in Jesus Christ. And this is true for everyone who believes, no matter who we are." So there you have it. That's how your life can be approved, by just relying on what Jesus has done for you, not what you think you can try to do for Him. I'm trying to get you to change your perspective. And actually, that's what repentance is. Now, a lot of people will think repentance is, oh, I got to stop doing all the wrong things and stop thinking wrong stuff. And I better just clean up my act and do so much good stuff that it outweighs the bad. And then I'll be repenting. But actually, repentance is realizing a new perspective that God puts in you. And when you embrace that, you gladly forsake the old way. So now you can understand that your righteousness with Him, your favor, your reconnection with God is never dependent on what you strive to do. It's depending on receiving the gift from him through Jesus Christ. Doesn't that make you happy?